I'm Paul Stauffer, and as a part of my portfolio, I'd like to give you an overview of where I began with publishing, desktop publishing in particular. I began at the very beginning of computer publishing and desktop publishing. I was in one of the first computer graphics classes that was not for computer scientists, mathematicians. It was in the art department. And I had my very first job in college was working in a copy shop, print shop, and I did desktop publishing using simple Macintosh system like you see here. And it was just the very beginning of page layout and page production. From there, following college, my very first job working in the real world was working for a tool and equipment company, creating their tool catalogs. Now, their tool catalogs were a tabloid-sized newsprint catalog, like you see here. You can see a little bit closer. We were for cost effectiveness, it was only a two-color catalog, so we actually really had four colors to use, and that was black plus shades of black. And then we had the color for that issue, and then we had a shade of that color. And all of the artwork was line art, a lot of it provided by manufacturers in ad slicks that we scanned into the system. And then from there, we also sometimes made our own line art from scratch using Adobe Photoshop. We also made specialized variations of the catalog. Some of them were reduced size, some of them were reduced page count, but they were targeted to be used by different customers and different customer groups within our organization. Once again, using the same two-color process. We later went on to make some specialized products. This is again a newsprint catalog. It is in a magazine size format, 8.5 by 11. And we called this the priceless catalog because it had no prices and prices were sent separately by a separate price sheet. But this was an annual publication where other publications were bi-monthly. This version was just very simplified. It was very clean. If it were in full color, it'd be very much akin to our current catalog that we have. So I moved on to some other jobs from this point. And then when I returned to the tool company once again in 2012, I came back into the publication process for them. And by now they had gone into four color process printing using high gloss on a high gloss format. Still the exact same size, a tabloid size publication. And this time the publication again was in full color, but bit of a jumble, bit of a clutter. There was every trick in the book used on every page, and the color of the backgrounds was way too saturated. I took over the publication and oversaw the change to a less saturated color background. You can see here that we did a very low density background. The idea being to get the full color page, full color tool products to stand up on the page and be a little more visible. A few years later, we changed the publication to a magazine format from the tabloid format, and we simplified it and we added many more pages to it. For a time, it was perfect bound. And then within recent times, we reduced the size of the publication to be a little more targeted to the kinds of things that our catalog customers were buying. So we were being a little more precise. And it's a much cleaner publication. It's a little more precise and a lot more information. And we've tried very hard to make it a much more contrasted publication. But as times have changed greatly, we find less and less customers are using our catalogs to resell the product. So we began to target other customer bases by doing an online catalog. And here you see our online version of the catalog. It has the ability to click through the pages. You know, right clicking or clicking on the right edge goes forward, clicking on the left edge goes backwards. And then we also have the ability to go to an index, and we can have a direct page index to go to any page. We have an alphabetical index that allows you to scroll down through and then choose a line alphabetically. And then that page comes up. You scroll to the bottom of any page and you can download a PDF copy. And a lot of our customers use that as a selling tool to email that directly to customers. And then we also have the ability to go to our website to order. And then we also have a category index. You can scroll down through all of the different categories, and we have a large number of categories on here, as you can see. And then you can pick a particular product line and view that product line just by clicking on the index. And so have access to the entire publication online. We chose to make our online version in a very simplified HTML format because we wanted it to be functional on tablets or on phones, and we wanted to be able to have the pinch zooming, and then there's a simplified method for just touching the edge of the screen to move forward and back. We again have all the various indexes. We can go directly to the individual pages. You can also go to the category index. Sorry for the blur, but autofocus is having a hard time. And again, you can see that we pick any page in the publication, view it from the phone. We're able to zoom up on that and see all of the information, and it makes it very simple for the customer. Then we also have the alphabetical index. Again, that too can be pinch zoomed. And then you can go to a specific page and then view the products on that page, go to any individual product, bring it up to full size there so that you're able to look up the things that you need. And all the functionality of the other online catalog is available through the phone device.